first inroad into what James was talking about, offering your suffering up and offering your ego up and entirely, is I always pictured a priest would be so, me and Alex would we would pray, and then it would come, like the emotion would just come. Pio was a very emotional guy.
Yeah.
And Mass is very technical. It's so technical. And so it's very difficult. You have to be very proficient at Latin Mass, one. So I spent most of my time not even studying Pio. I would just study Latin Mass. So I went up to Oakland. I lived in Oakland and just at the seminary in Burlingame and then in Oakland. And I'm just going to Latin Mass all the time. And then after Latin Mass, I'm studying with the priests from the Christ the King, which is traditionalist Latin Mass, and I'm studying with them, but there's no emotionality with them. They're very it's like French Latin Mass, which isn't Italian Latin Mass. It's very just like stiff.
Mm-hmm.
Pio wasn't stiff. Pio was, like you say, he was almost a dancer. And so you're trying to build this Mass that Pio is known for. It'd be like playing Dylan and not knowing how to play guitar.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to play Dylan, you don't just read Dylan biographies.
Right.
You have to pick a guitar up, and you have to learn how to play a guitar. And then the guitar needs to be your best friend. And then you need to sleep with the guitar. Mm-hmm. And then the guitar needs to be your only travel companion.
Yeah.
That's the way into Dylan. Right. The way into Pio was Mass. And it wasn't until I felt like I started having emotional reactions in Mass that I feel like I was anywhere near playing Pio. And Mass got very emotional, really, really, really emotional. And then I felt like, okay, now I have permission to go study Pio. So then the Pio study started, and that took us to Italy. Then I started going to where he studied in San Giovanni Rotondo, and you see it, and something was offsetting about it, because what I knew of Pio to that point was this is a man of deep humility who's offering up his suffering, and you walk into San Giovanni and you see this big mosaic of this man, and there's pictures of him watching them build it. And my first inroad into what James was talking about, offering your suffering up and offering your ego up and entirely, is I always pictured a priest would be so against the idea that he's being put on this Mount Rushmore in this town. And what I'm seeing in this man is deep utility, deep focus, a man who's just so laser beam focused. He doesn't care if you think he's ridiculous. He doesn't care if the church thinks he's ridiculous. He doesn't care.
Which it did for a long time.
Which for a long time.